Never keep these items in your room. They block divine protection. Never let the night crowd tell you in the company of cursed objects. For the room where you rest is not just a space with four walls. It is the temple of your dreams, the chamber of your spirit, the altar where angels visit, and the battleground where demons lurk. Your room is the place where your body finds stillness, but your soul is awake, your spirit is open, and the unseen realm draws near. Do not think your bed is just wood and cloth, for the night is full of whispers, the air is heavy with mysteries, and what surrounds you in the shadows will either guard you or expose you. Never keep these items in your room, for they are snares, they are nets, they are barriers between you and heaven's covering. The room is your sanctuary, but if the sanctuary is polluted, the angels hold back their wings. The fire is quenched, the oil is withheld, and divine protection is blocked. A man who sleeps among cursed objects builds a prison for his soul. A woman who rests in the company of idols locks her own doors to the hand of heaven. Child of destiny, listen. Do not joke with the atmosphere of your room, for what you allow is what you invite, and what you invite is what will either bless you or break you. There are items that carry history, items that carry energy, items that carry covenants. A necklace from the wrong altar, a charm bought in the market of blood, a picture framed with lust, a symbol painted with rebellion. These are not decorations, they are declarations. They declare ownership over your atmosphere. They declare covenant over your sleep. And while you rest, they whisper. While you close your eyes, they speak. While you breathe softly, they open doors you cannot see. Never keep idols in your room. Any image, any statue, any token carved with reverence to a false power is not innocent. It is a gate. Some say it is art, but art is not neutral. Some say it is culture, but culture is not always holy. Some say it is tradition, but tradition can be chains. Why should you give honor to a piece of stone when the living God stretches his hand over you? Why should you kneel in a room where idols mock heaven and angels cannot sing? Remove them, for they suffocate the flame. They block the covering. They contaminate the air where you breathe. Never keep books of darkness in your room. Writings of witchcraft, manuals of spells, stories that glorify evil, pages soaked with rebellion. They are not just letters. They are contracts. They release poison into your sleep. They open doors to nightmares and spirits that torment. The room where such books lie is not a sanctuary. It becomes a theater of torment. Do not wonder why shadows chase you. Do not wonder why fear visits you. Do not wonder why the dream of death haunts you. You invited them through paper, through ink, through words that carry death instead of life. Remove them, burn them, cleanse your space, for divine protection will not dwell where the enemy is entertained. Never keep garments of wicked covenant in your room. That ring of blood, that cloth of initiation, that uniform of darkness, that gift from hands soaked in manipulation. These are not fabrics, they are cords. They tie you to an altar you never bowed to. They bind you to spirits you never named. Some garments are prisons disguised as fashion. Some jewelry is bondage disguised as beauty. Be careful what you wear. Be careful what you keep. For some items carry the fingerprints of death. That bracelet may look innocent, but if it was birthed in witchcraft, it ties you. That dress may shine with elegance, but if it carries the spirit of seduction, it exposes you. Never sleep with chains around your destiny. Never keep symbols of death in your room. Skulls, bones, images of graves, decorations of darkness. masks of ancestral worship. They call to the underworld while you close your eyes. You may say it is style. You may say it is harmless, but heaven does not agree. Angels cannot minister where death is celebrated. Spirits of darkness gather around such items and dance while you dream. And while you think you rest, you are under siege. Remove them, cast them out, cleanse your space. Let your room be a chamber of life, not a museum of death. Never keep mirrors of witchcraft in your room. A mirror is not always a mirror. It can be a portal. In the hands of sorcery, it is a window where watchers gaze into your life, a door where intruders enter your sleep. You wonder why you feel observed, why you feel violated, why you sense the eyes of something in your room. It is not paranoia. It is the consequence of polluted objects. A mirror dedicated to darkness is not glass. It is an altar. Do not allow altars of the enemy in the place where your head rests. Never keep objects of addiction in your room, bottles that enslave, powders that bind, devices that corrupt, screens that seduce. When they rest in your space, they invite chains into your spirit. The room of a person addicted is not a safe haven. It is a cage. While you think you own the object owns you. While you think you control it, it controls the atmosphere of your sleep. Angels are repelled, demons are attracted. Remove them, for divine protection is not given where self-destruction is welcomed. Never keep photographs that glorify sin in your room. Pictures soaked in lust, posters of rebellion, images of idols and stars who bow not to heaven. They preach while you sleep. Do no pictures speak? Do you know images preach? They shape your subconscious. They open doors in your dreams. They sing in your spirit. And when you rise with their sermons buried in your mind. Do not decorate your holy space with unholy images. Your room is the theater of your tomorrow. Guard it. Protect it. Sanctify it. Listen carefully. Beloved, your room is your altar. If the altar is polluted, the sacrifice is rejected. If the altar is defiled, the covering is lifted. Do not treat your space as ordinary. The bed where you rest is also the battlefield of spirits. While your eyes are shut, battles are fought. While your hands are still, wars are waged. The angels wait to encamp around you. But if your room is filled with snares, they hold back. They cannot compete with idols you welcome. They cannot minister where you permit chains. You block your own covering with your own choices. Clean your room. Purify your room. Walk through your space with fire in your hands, with discernment in your spirit, and with courage in your heart. Remove every cursed item. Cast out every object of bondage. Sweep away every dark symbol. Let your room breathe holiness. Let your walls carry life. Let your atmosphere host angels. The room of the righteous shines with light. The room of the pure hums with songs of heaven. The room where cursed items are expelled becomes a gate of encounters. There, visions are born. There, dreams are revelations. There, divine protection hovers like a blanket of fire. There, no demon enters, no arrow pierces, no nightmare lingers. That is the room heaven loves. That is the room where the Spirit dwells. Never keep these items in your room. They block divine protection. The choice is yours. Will you sleep surrounded by chains, or will you rest under the shadow of wings? Will you allow cursed objects to breathe in your space, or will you sanctify your sanctuary? The night will come, the shadows will gather, and heaven will look upon your room. What will they see? A polluted chamber where protection is blocked, or a holy altar where divine covering flows. Remove the barriers, cleanse the atmosphere, and let protection rest. upon you like the dew of heaven. Never keep these items in your room. They block divine protection. The things you place in the hidden corners of your chamber become witnesses to your spirit. They either testify for you or against you. They either open the door of heaven or open the pit of hell. Do not be deceived by silence, for silence is not absence. Objects breathe. Objects remember. Objects carry the hand of those who shaped them, the intentions of those who sold them, the energy of those who touched them. That is why you must be vigilant, for a careless hand can welcome an endless torment. Never keep cursed gifts in your room. A gift given with jealousy, a gift offered with a hidden agenda, a gift coated with flattery but dripping with poison. It is not a gift, it is a trap. You may say it is beautiful, but beauty can be a mask. You may say it was free, but nothing free is without spirit. A jealous friend can plant a seed in your space. An envious hand can release a curse into your room. A simple item on your table may be a key to suffering you do not understand. When you sleep, it whispers. When you wake, it stalks. When you pray, it resists. Do not allow poisoned gifts to nest in your holy space. Never keep tokens of broken relationships in your room. Letters that tie you to sin, pictures that call back your past, garments of old lovers, items soaked in regret. Why should you sleep in a tomb of yesterday? Why should you keep memories that mock your freedom? Do not build an altar of nostalgia where demons of lust return to dance. That ring of betrayal, that shirt of fornication, that perfume of old flames, they are not innocent. They carry covenants that cling to your soul. While you say you have moved on, your room says otherwise. While your mouth declares freedom, your items shout captivity. Remove them, burn them, erase their memory from your chamber. For divine protection cannot flourish in the presence of ghosts from your past. Never keep broken clocks and watches in your room. You may laugh, you may say it is nothing, but broken timepieces carry a message of stagnation. They declare that your progress is arrested, that your seasons are delayed, that your destiny is paused. They stand on your wall or your table as silent prophets of delay. And as long as they remain, your spirit absorbs the rhythm of their brokenness. You wonder why cycles repeat. You wonder why prayers feel unanswered. You wonder why movement is slow. It is because your atmosphere is shouting delay while heaven is trying to sing acceleration. Remove the broken symbols of time. Let your room echo with divine timing, not with the voice of paralysis. Never keep blood-stained items in your room. Some stains you see, others are invisible. A second-hand dress soaked in unknown stories, a chair that once stood in rituals, a cloth that once wrapped around ceremonies of death. These are not neutral. They are charged with history. You may buy them cheaply, but you carry their chains. Every object has a past. Every object has a memory. When you bring them into your space, you marry their history. Some stains are silent contracts demanding that your peace be exchanged for torment. That is why the wise discern what they bring home. For not all bargains are blessings. Never keep strange currencies in your room. Foreign coins offered in rituals, notes marked with blood, money taken from altars of darkness. They look like wealth, but they breed poverty. They appear as increase, but they invite devourers. You sleep with them under your pillow, hoping for fortune, but they are seeds of loss. Heaven cannot cover money that is born of deception. Angels cannot bless what demons own. If cursed money lies in your space, your atmosphere bends under its weight. It calls for theft, for loss, for emptiness. Remove it, for it blocks divine covering. Never keep weapons of violence in your room unless heaven has commanded them. A knife stored with anger, a gun hidden with hatred, tools sharpened with revenge. These breathe violence into your chamber. They summon restless spirits of bloodshed. And while you rest, they whisper vengeance. A room with weapons soaked in hatred is not a room of peace. It is a battlefield of unrest. Angels cannot minister freely where violence is celebrated. You wonder why arguments erupt, why tempers flare, why peace disappears. It is because the objects themselves breathe conflict. Clean your space. Lay down what heaven has not ordained. Never keep old shoes of the dead in your room, garments and shoes of those gone before, especially if they lived without God, carry the footsteps of their journeys. You may think it is inheritance, but some inheritances are chains. You may think it is treasure, but some treasures are traps. The dead have no fellowship with the living, yet their belongings carry their breath. Do not sleep where their footsteps linger, for you may inherit battles that were not yours. Release them. Bless them. Let them go. Never keep perfumes of seduction in your room. Bottles crafted with intent to lure, oils mixed for lust, fragrances designed for manipulation. They alter your atmosphere. Spirits of seduction dance in the air. When such scents are released, they make your dreams unclean, your spirit restless, your prayers weak. You may wear them to attract, but what you attract may not be what heaven has sent. Be careful, for the air you breathe in your chamber should be filled with purity, not pollution. The room is a sanctuary, not a theater for seduction. Never keep chains and ropes from rituals in your room. Some keep them as souvenirs, others as decorations, but they are cords. They speak of bondage. They attract spirits of limitation. They tie your future. A chain in your room is a chain in your destiny. Do not decorate your walls with the language of slavery. Decorate your walls with the breath of life, with words of heaven, with symbols of light. Never keep animals carved in darkness in your room. Serpents, dragons, scorpions, and beasts etched in idols, these are not ornaments. They are invitations. They call forth spirits that ride upon their likeness. You may say it is harmless art, but art is not without spirit. Do not sleep under the gaze of sculpted serpents. Do not lie down under the shadow of carved dragons. For while you sleep, they watch. While you dream, they mock. While you breathe, they release poison into your atmosphere. Remove them, for your room is not a zoo of darkness. It is the garden of life. Never keep hidden altars in your room. A small box of charms, a secret bag of powders, a bowl of mixed herbs meant for spells, these are gates of covenant. You may say it is for protection, but the only true protection comes from heaven. You may say it is for good luck, but the only real blessing flows from God. A hidden altar in your room is a declaration of mistrust against heaven. It says you rely on darkness. And when you rely on darkness, divine protection steps back, cleans your hidden corners, empty your secret drawers. Burn the powders, crush the charms, break the bowls. Let nothing in your space speak louder than heaven's name. Never keep broken dreams in your room. Diaries of despair, writings of hopelessness, letters of suicide, sketches of pain. These are not harmless. They create an atmosphere of depression. They sing songs of defeat in your chamber. They summon spirits of despair to sit by your bed. Do not let your room be a shrine to your failures. Tear the pages, burn the notes. Rewrite your destiny with hope. Let your room speak of life, not of death. Never keep cursed music in your room. Instruments that were used in rituals, CDs or files filled with songs of rebellion, beats that glorify lust, rhythms that exalt violence. These are not just sound. They are spirits. Music is a vehicle. It carries either heaven or hell. When such objects lie in your room, they alter the rhythm of your atmosphere. You wonder why your prayers feel blocked, why your spirit feels heavy, why your mind feels restless. It is because the room is vibrating with melodies of bondage. Remove them. Let the sound of heaven fill your chamber. Never keep light that is born of darkness in your room. Lamps used in rituals, candles bought from altars of sorcery, flames lit in the name of false gods, they are not light. They are darkness disguised. You may say they shine, but what they shine is deception. Do not let such flames burn in your chamber. The only true light is the light that shines from heaven. Do not allow imitation light to block divine covering. The room where you rest is more than a room. It is the stage of unseen battles. It is the tent of divine visitation. It is the womb where dreams are conceived. It is the gate through which angels enter. But if cursed objects fill the space, heaven withdraws. The flame is quenched. The covering is lifted, and you lie open to arrows of the night. That is why you must guard your space with vigilance. Walk through your room with discernment. Touch every object. Ask of its source. Ask of its history. Ask of its spirit. Keep only what breathes life. Remove what speaks death. Let your chamber be a sanctuary of purity, a place where divine protection flows unhindered. Never keep these items in your room. They block divine protection. The night is long, the hours stretch, and while men close their eyes, the spirit realm is awake. Your room is not as silent as you think. In the stillness, voices speak. In the quiet, presences gather. What you keep near your bed becomes either your shield or your snare. What you hang on your walls becomes either your covering or your curse. You think you own your room, but your room owns you if you do not guard it. The objects you keep determine the spirits you host. The atmosphere you create determines the angels that arrive. Never keep the things that grieve heaven, for they block divine protection. Never keep masks of hidden faces in your room. The face carved for rituals, the painted mask of ancestral dances, the wooden grin of forgotten gods. These are not ornaments, they are doorways. They carry the eyes of spirits that long to look into your life. They carry the mouths of demons that long to whisper into your dreams. You may hang them as art, but the art is a trap. Your walls should echo with truth, not with lies. Your walls should reflect light, not shadows. Do not let strange faces stare at you while you sleep. They watch, they wait, they call. Remove them. Break their gaze. Never keep dream catchers from the altars of sorcery in your room. Some say they trap bad dreams, but they are nets of manipulation. They are not neutral, they are contracts. They interfere with the visions heaven sends. They tangle the messages of your soul. They do not protect, they pollute. The only dream that is safe is the dream guarded by angels, not that dream filtered through charms. Why sleep under a net woven by men when heaven offers a shield woven by light? Remove the nets. Let your dreams fly unchained. Never keep secret letters of curses in your room. Words of bitterness folded into papers. Notes of hate hidden in drawers. Curses written in anger. They are not dead. Words never die. They breathe. They carry fire. You may forget them, but the letters still speak. While you sleep, they whisper bitterness. While you rest, they call down hatred. And though you say you have forgiven, the objects cry out otherwise. Burn them. Tear them. Do not let cursed words sleep where you rest your head. Never keep charms of the marketplace in your room. The beaded bracelets that promise luck, the red strings that claim protection, the stones that claim healing. They are not innocent. They carry altars you did not bow to. They tie you to shrines you never visited. They are doors that lead to covenants you never signed. You think they guard you, but they guard against heaven, not against demons. And while you cling to them, divine protection withdraws. Do not allow counterfeit coverings to block the true covering. Never keep instruments of gambling in your room. Dice stained with greed, cards soaked in addiction, tokens that sing of fortune. They alter your atmosphere. They summon restless spirits of chance. They attract covetous eyes in the spirit. They plant cycles of loss in your sleep. Do not wonder why money slips through your hands, why prosperity dances away from you, why your efforts are swallowed. It is because the atmosphere is soaked with games of destruction. Remove them. Tear down the altar of chance and let heaven's provision flow freely. Never keep broken idols from your ancestors in your room. The old statues of heritage, the shrines of family worship, the fragments of altars that once ruled your bloodline, they carry contracts. You may say it is heritage, but heaven calls it bondage. You may say it is family pride, but heaven calls it chains. A broken idol is still an idol. A shattered shrine still breathes. And if you let them sleep in your chamber, you sleep with ancient spirits that claim ownership over your blood. Cast them out. Break their hold. Let your lineage breathe freedom. Never keep letters of death in your room. Wills that curse documents of division. Papers soaked with blood feuds. They bind your atmosphere to sorrow. They summon spirits of mourning even while you live. Some papers are legal in earth but cursed in heaven. They are signatures of oppression, chains of injustice. Do not keep them where you sleep. For your sleep should be rest, not remembrance of curses. Never keep calendars marked with occult symbols in your room. Dates circled for rituals, symbols written for blood sacrifices, days highlighted for darkness. They are altars of time. Time is holy. Time is heaven's rhythm, but when calendars are soaked in occult markings, they pollute the flow of your seasons. You wonder why every year repeats, why every month carries cycles of pain, why the same battles chase you. It is because your room carries a calendar that testifies against you. Tear it down. Let your days belong to heaven. Never keep black candles of enchantment in your room. They are not innocent. They are used to summon shadows. They are used to bind atmospheres. They call forth spirits while you sleep. You may not light them, but their presence speaks. You may not burn them, but their energy breathes. Fire is holy when heaven lights it, but fire is cursed when darkness kindles it. Do not allow the counterfeit flames of sorcery to burn in your chamber. Never keep photographs of the dead if they were never at peace with God. Pictures of ancestors who bowed to idols. Images of men who lived in darkness. They keep your spirit tied to their altars. You may say it is remembrance, but heaven says it is invitation. You may say it is respect, but heaven says it is fellowship with the dead. The dead are gone. Let them go. Do not hang their shadows over your bed. Do not let their faces judge your dreams. Release them. Honor them by choosing freedom. Never keep trophies of self-sin in your room. Awards won through corruption, medals gained by deceit, treasures taken by lies. They do not shine. They rot. They summon shame into your atmosphere. They testify against you while you sleep. You may boast in them by day, but they curse you by night. Throw them out. Do not decorate your space with reminders of rebellion. Never keep strange oils in your room. Bottles given by unknown hands, oils mixed with incantations, perfumes prayed over by sorcerers. They are not holy. They are carriers of strange fire. They may smell sweet, but their sweetness is poison. They release spirits into your atmosphere that do not bow to heaven. Be careful what anointing you welcome, for not all oils are pure. Only what heaven sanctifies can protect you. The rest will corrupt. Never keep old mirrors from rituals in your room. They are not just reflections, they are portals. They open your chamber to spirits that spy. They reflect not your face, but your destiny to intruders. You may see yourself, but others see you too. And while you dream, they manipulate. A cursed mirror is not glass, it is a door. Do not let doors of darkness open in your chamber. Never keep children's toys that were cursed in your room. Dolls from strange shrines, stuffed animals used in rituals, trinkets spoken over by sorcery. They may look innocent, but they carry spirits. Spirits love to hide in innocence. While your child sleeps, they whisper. While the doll smiles, it binds. While the toy sits, it opens doors. Do not underestimate the power of polluted playthings. Cleanse the room. Remove the cursed toys. Let children rest under angels, not under shadows. Never keep blood writings in your room. Words written in blood, symbols carved into walls, markings drawn in red. They are not decoration. They are contracts. They summon demons to your chamber. They alter the spiritual DNA of your atmosphere. Blood speaks. And when blood is used for darkness, it cries out curses. Remove them. Wash them. Paint over them. Erase their voice. Never keep chains of failed vows in your room. Rings from ungodly unions, gifts from sinful covenants, promises carved in rebellion. They are not treasures, they are chains. They keep your spirit bound down to what heaven has released you from. You may say it is memory, but heaven calls it bondage. You may say it is nothing, but the spirit realm calls it covenant. Break them. Release them. Do not let failed vows block heaven's covering over your chamber. Never keep garments from the dead in your room. Some say it is inheritance. Some say it is blessing. But if the dead were bound in curses, their garments carry those chains. You may wear them, but you wear their battles. You may sleep near them, but you host their spirits. Do not inherit trouble. Do not clothe yourself in chains. Never keep paintings of darkness in your room. Images of death, art soaked in rebellion, pictures painted in rage. They are not harmless. They are sermons on your wall. They preach to your spirit while you sleep. They open your mind to darkness while you dream. They release what the painter carried into your atmosphere. Be careful what art you allow, for art is a doorway. Never keep rings from secret societies in your room. They are not jewelry, they are altars. They tie you to vows you may not even know. They open your spirit to fellowships you did not choose. They attract watchers in the night, and while you sleep, they stand as proof of covenant. Remove them. Break their power. Do not allow secret covenants to block divine covering. Never keep numbers written for spells in your room. Pages filled with sequences, strange digits scribbled by occult hands. They are codes. They unlock doors you cannot see. They invite presences you cannot fight. They alter the order of your atmosphere. Numbers are holy when heaven writes them. Numbers are cursed when darkness shapes them. Burn them. Do not let codes of hell speak in your chamber. Never keep cages with dead birds or animals in your room. Some keep them as decoration. some as trophies, but they are altars of death. They summon mourning into your chamber. They release stagnation into your destiny. They whisper loss while you sleep. The dead should not decorate the living. Remove them. Never keep altars of technology dedicated to lust in your room. Screens that stream darkness, devices soaked with addiction, files filled with filth. They are not neutral. They breathe. They speak. They block heaven's voice. You may think you control them, but they control the rhythm of your spirit. Do not wonder why prayers feel dry, why visions fade, why dreams turn unclean. It is because the altar of lust stands in your room. Remove it. Break it. Sanctify your devices or send them out. Never keep cursed jewelry buried in your drawers, necklaces that belong to witches, bracelets offered in rituals, earrings dedicated to idols. They carry ownership. When you wear them, you submit. When you keep them, you agree. When you sleep near them, they whisper. Do not decorate your life with chains. Break them. Remove them. Your room must breathe life. Your room must echo with light. Your room must be a sanctuary where angels walk freely. But if cursed objects lie within, the angels withdraw. The covering lifts. Divine protection is blocked. The atmosphere bends toward darkness. The night becomes heavy with oppression. That is why the wise cleanse their chambers. They walk with fire through every corner. They examine every item. They ask, does this honor heaven? Does this open the way for protection? Or does this block the covering of God? And when they find pollution, they cast it out